Hey guys, Mike would Become the Night. So I was going back through and editing a Hot Pepper music review, and I have no idea where the hell my footage is. I apologize, the only thing I was able to capture is audio, and I'd had no time to go back and re-record this, let alone the fact that I had a guest on. I greatly apologize, guys, but here's the episode, audio only. Thanks. Hey guys, it is Mike would Become the Night. Welcome back to another Hot Pepper music review. Today I am joined by Benz of Lines in the Sky. Definitely go check out their music. Today we will be reviewing Haken's The Good Doctor, but first we're going to be eating 2 habanero peppers that are dipped in some kind of sauce here. So the hottest sauce I could find on short notice is 100,000 Scovilles, which is about the lower end of what a habanero would be. It's about all I can do to step up the game right now. But all right, I will let you.
I don't even have a little twiggy on this one.
Oh, you can take the twiggy.
That's cool.
We can reverse twig. Yeah. It sounds really gross. I should have never said that.
I love the reverse twig with you, homie.
Okay. It's on record. All right.
All right.
So you get a good dousing.
Got as much as I could. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be painful. All right.
Ready, homie? Cheers.
Or do it Rhett and Link style. Dink it, Senga. Gotta get the whole thing down before we review it. I definitely should have drank some water today before I did this. Fuck, you made me laugh. Now it's in my nose. Fuck.
You alright there, homie?
I'll be good. Once we start talking, shit's gonna get weird.
I mean, I'm cool with it.
Alright. Oh, fuck. Alright, here we go. Alright, hold
Let's do it.
Okay. So, all in all, I thought the song was really cool. It's actually one of the more accessible sounds for the band that I've heard.
Significantly.
Yeah, definitely.
No.
Very high energy. Extremely tight. Shit that I love. This is not my favorite song of theirs, but it's a really good song. Great rhythm throughout. Honestly, very rhythmically conscious, and nothing that's like too outside the box, but we can get into that later. Yeah. How did you feel about it overall?
I really liked it. It took me a minute to kind of get used to the cut bar at the end, because a lot of the verses had sets of 4 and then a bar 2 to end them. So that was kind of cool. For the first time I listened to it,
I'm impressed how well you're handling this pepper.
oh, I forgot to tell you, I eat hot food all the time.
Sweet. Continue, please.
Definitely a little bit of a setup. So
thanks.
So I thought it was pretty cool in that regard. It took me a little minute to get used to it. It was a little jarring at first, but once I got kind of into the swing of it, I was like, okay, this is cool. Definitely wasn't like my first, what I would have done compositionally at the top. But it was cool, you know. In terms of that, the rest of the song was pretty straight ahead. Besides, there was like synthy hits, but I'm sure we'll get to that later.
Oh yeah. First thing I want to address is the guitar. It sounds like something that I would actually write, to be honest with you. Not like dead on to what I would do, but really fucking close. Especially comparing to other stuff that I've heard of them on guitar. It's a lot closer to something that I feel like I would write, which to me is like a, wow, there's a market for this.
Yeah, Haken does very well.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Haken, or as Ryan and I had said before, Haken.
Haken.
Straight up. And, I absolutely love the guitar tone. It's really, I don't know the best way to describe it. I mean, it definitely has that like Cali cab sound. Not Cali cab, the Cali amp sound.
Cali amp sound?
Like fucking Mesa.
Oh, yeah.
It's got that Mesa sound.
I see what you're saying now, yeah.
But it does a great job of balancing good phrasing, but not overwhelming the vocals. Because I still feel like I can get down with the little melody he has going on in the song, but it doesn't draw away from anything else.
Oh, one thing that the guitar thought did was pretty cool. You know, a lot of guys are starting to do the guitar slap thing.
Yes.
Is our trick, step off. But, no, but it's actually pretty cool how they use it in the song. It wasn't like, they didn't try to scoop it out super hard like a lot of times people do when they slap. They'll just make it like pure low end, no mids, and insect noise on the top.
Insect noise.
Stole that from my professor.
Nice, I like it.
They actually kept like a nice, decent bit of mids in there, which is pretty easy with mesas if that's what they use. They tend to have pretty mid gaining. At least from, I don't know. Anyways, it sounded like, I thought it was a pretty cool little part. Super simple, but it like kept nice groove going on with it. So I really like that guitar part. Being a bassist.
I wouldn't have even realized it was a slap guitar until I saw the music video.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
It sounded great. Mm-hmm. It sounded really good. Drums, not as detailed as other Haken songs that I've listened to before, but I mean, still freaking excellent. And they do fit excellently with the track all around. They are subtle, but not as what I say. Let's distinguish here. The drums in this track kick you in the fucking face constantly, with the exception of like the handful of like jazzy parts. But
or the electric toms.
Or the yes,
yeah.
So I'll be getting those in a second.
Word.
But when I say subtle, he does things subtly to change it up just slightly that you don't really notice unless you're actually sitting down and paying attention or playing it. Like when I had to do the what do you call it when you fucking program drums for Cockroach King, I was like, this won't be too bad. And then I go to it, I'm like, holy fuck, he never plays the same thing twice.
Yeah, he's very good at layering up his parts.
He's so good at it. And
like,
it's not even noticeable.
Yeah, it's a very subtle thing. It just keeps interest, rather than repeating
And
it
it gives the song a nuanced feel.
Yeah.
It's what we call good songwriting.
Someone who's practiced their instrument properly.
Oh yeah. And then like a number of parts in the bridge, he does these accenty thingies, or like the that whole thing. His choices for drums and like his in between fills at that part are just so fucking great.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even think of that shit? And like he was saying, there is this little like almost like it sounded like it came out of a video game synth drum tom thingies that were just like so cool.
Yeah, a lot of times that would sound kind of cheap and cheesy, but the way they did it, it still felt musical. And it was cool. It was like a little like, oh, that's kind of fun, rather than that's some cheap crap.
Exactly. It matches their timbre really well.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it has a lot to do with how it was mixed as well. But all right, for the bass part, I'm gonna pass this one off to Ben, since he is absolutely the authority in the room at this point.
So the bass, it looked like, I was looking at the music video and trying to figure it out, but it looked like it maybe was a modulus, what's the double bucker? Because the Funk
I need to grab
Unlimited.
paper towels. Keep talking.
Sure. So the Funk Unlimited is the single bucker. The double bucker, I can't remember what the model is called, but it looked like an older modulus by the headstock, by the positioning and all that sort of stuff. It sounded really, really nice and full. It was a little low in the mix, so there were moments when it was kind of hard to hear. But in a lot of...
I heard mostly the thud and like the resonance more than anything else.
Yeah, so there wasn't like a ton of like no definition, but in this style of music, no definition is not always what you want out of bass anyways. A lot of times you need it to beef up certain parts. And especially in a driving song like this, that seemed like it was probably more thematically appropriate than having a super upfront bass part. But what I did here sounded really nice. I mean, it's Haken, the guy's pretty legendary in terms of being able to play the crap out of his bass. But yeah, I mean, the bass was pretty crushing, not gonna lie.
Rock and roll.
The writing was solid, it never felt out of place. That's a hard line to walk as a bassist, is finding something that's simultaneously interesting and not stepping on everyone else. Because at the end of the day, you're supposed to make booty shit. That's what your job as a bassist is.
Yep.
So.
And I do like booties and them shaking. So the vocals. I think there are really great melodies in this song, honestly. I would have slightly changed the chorus melody. I really like the way it goes throughout, but at the end, especially when you're kind of building up a tension that kind of culminates right at the end, instead of ending on the fifth of the scale, I would have liked more emphasis on the root of the scale. That's just me. I'm being picky over here. I don't know what that means, but it's not. Yeah. Okay. More. The performance was great, and I know Haken is one of those bands where either you love the vocals or you hate the vocals. There's no real in between. I guess I kind of fall in between. Like, is it my first choice? No, but it doesn't ruin anything for me. And there's actually parts where I think he sounds like Danny Sexbang from Ninja Sex Party.
Holy crap. Yeah.
Very much so.
Yeah,
I
can
think
hear it. Where it's very airy and like very clear in that regard. Wow. Yeah, I would have never made that connection, but you're right. He definitely does.
What do you think about the vocals?
In terms of melody, you're a lot more in tune with writing good melodies and what it takes to make a good melody. So you've got that covered. My only thing is like, and it's funny. It's actually kind of my problem with Danny Sexbang as well. Is the timbre of the voice is not like super pleasing to me. It's not bad. I don't think it detracts from the
And
song.
I think that's one of the reasons why he does so many double vocals and like filtering and shit is because it helps beef out his voice a little more.
Right, and that's I mean, my roots, weirdly enough, aren't even in prog. They're in the R&B world, so I'm very used to extremely full, smooth vocals.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I kind of have an issue with a few different prog bands, including my own, because we suck.
No. Fucking Jesse has an awesome
He
voice.
really does. Don't tell him I said that, but he does. But yeah, so it doesn't always sound like super. I wish it was just a little more, both in terms of mixing and in terms of the performance, a little more like on the nose, in the center, and kind of pushed. So that's just my personal thing. But I mean, overall, like I think it was a solid melody. The performance was really solid. It didn't sound like it needed to be overly tuned or anything like that.
Oh yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And then the last songwriting, I think it was a great way of balancing convention with experimentation, both with what's going on harmonically and what's going on rhythmically. You got, funky and jazzy at some parts, then you have a hard rock chorus, and then, which by the way, I really dig the shit out of that chorus, especially like the more I listened to it, the more it really caught on to me. And there's also elements of metal in the bridge as well. The song is a lot shorter than expected. It's under 4 minutes long, which again, I think is why I think this is their way of, I'm assuming this is probably their way of trying to be a little bit more accessible. Because I don't think I've heard another track of theirs that was quite as accessible as this one.
No. I mean, their stuff is cool from what I've heard of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never heard anything that, like this is still in my head as we're sitting here making this video.
Yep.
Yeah, it's still in my head. And that like super gnarly synth part. Like that.
I love that
still in my head.
part. Oh, wait, did we talk about keys?
No, we didn't.
Fuck!
That's the power of editing, bruh.
I know. But, no, we were. This is not edited. This has to be straight through.
Oh, these are straight takes.
Because I cannot be chugging
that's
milk.
right.
Cannot be
That's
chugging
right.
milk. But either way,
That's right, because
we'll come back
you need
to
milk
keys.
because you're a child.
Fuck off. Either way,
Anyways,
the last thing I would say about the songwriting is there's excellent counterpoint throughout.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything just melded really fucking well. It all just kind of, it's all distinct, but it all kind of blends into this great stew.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man.
I mean, I don't have a lot to add on songwriting. You nailed that. So.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean.
Appreciate it.
You nailed that, dude.
Fucking keys. All right, but fucking, I can't believe I forgot to do keys.
That happens.
Great layering as always. I have no idea how he comes up with half of his synth choices, man. Like, especially we're talking about like the little trumpet thingy that he did.
Yeah.
That like he could have easily used samples and made it sound really realistic, but it was like this specific type of like not perfectly refined synth that he played, and it just sounded fucking great.
It was like a little, almost like saw wavy.
Yeah,
Well,
a little bit.
So it was. I thought that was super cool and angular. Like that was nice. It didn't feel like it was like just copy and pasted over. It still led the song nicely.
It actually, I'll have to re-listen to it. It sounded like there was relatively unique articulation on each thing he hit.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's just an auditory illusion or if there's actually something he did to do that. It sounded fucking cool.
I wonder if it was just a monophonic synth.
A what?
A monophonic synth. That way, no matter which way he played it, it was always going to be super articulated on each note.
Could be.
Could be.
I mean, the dude has how many fucking keyboards?
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure his keyboards could pay my student loans.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. I'm also just a huge sucker for any rock band, prog, rock, metal, whatever, that has a key player. I'm instantly like, I love you guys. Like, The Contortionist is amazing. Ghost is incredible at that. These guys are incredible at that. Dream Theater, obviously.
Duh.
I have one of his Rolly C-boards. It's not his, but, like, we use that. I mean, I'm just a sucker for that. And they do a really good job of melding. Instead of just Because sometimes you'll have piano players in rock bands and they just do full patty stuff, and they'll just kind of sit back and.
I'm trying to avoid that with my project.
It's hard, man, because you want that because those synths as well sound really cool, but then you can start relying on it too much.
And that's the thing where like I would have one hand do that, the other hand's on another keyboard doing something else.
Okay,
that's my thought. I don't know how it's gonna happen in execution, but that's my thought.
It's kind of how Lines does it. We can go over that. That's what I do with Lines a little bit. So
post video conversation. All right. The only thing I would add there is he had excellent counter melodies in there again, but also there was a balance between the guitar and the vocals as far as like no one was walking on one another. It's just like that perfect fucking stew.
Yeah.
I grade this song 4 out of 5. I think it was really, really cool, and I'm excited to see what else happens on the rest of this album when it comes out. My stomach is burning, like my actual stomach right here, burning.
Just to be contrarian, I'm gonna give it a -4 out of 5. I'm totally kidding. I 100% agree with the 4 out of 5. It's a very solid rating. So.
All right. Rock on. I think that's about it for this one. Ben, I greatly appreciate you coming on, man.
Dude, appreciate you inviting me on.
And
after you let me talk shit in the comment section.
Oh, absolutely. Please, by all means. And I'm gonna be throwing a whole bunch of things over your face right now just so I can make the point. There are 3 other videos that come out every week that you can watch. You don't have to watch this one if you don't like it. I know, it's surprising. It's this thing called human agency where you can decide to watch whatever you want. And you want to say, Mike, I don't like the fact that you're doing stunts. I thought you were the real YouTuber. This is a 4th video a week that is in addition to the normal 3 videos I do. Please shut the fuck up or just stop watching. It's fine. That is all.
Yeah, no, I dig it. I agree.
Cool. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next video. Rock on! Awesome.